Hello and welcome back to Airbrush Ways. I'm Jack and it's been a while. We've done a little bit on the bike since you last saw it, and I've just started on this front wheel this morning, and I just thought it might be an idea to put this out there. I've had a few people saying that when I skip bits on a project, then people don't get to see how it's done. Well, the problem with doing this and videoing it is I think I spent about 4 hours yesterday, and I've done another, what time are we now? I've done another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours now, so that's 6 hours that I've done in just the two wheels, and obviously I'm nowhere near finished on this front wheel. This is what we're going for. Okay, so this is what we're going for, and as you can see, there's massive amount of detail in there. So to get that on the painting, I don't know if there's an easy way. It's taking me forever. If I was to video this and not skip anything, I wouldn't be able to fit it into YouTube. Plus the videos that I'm putting up on the channel would be hours long. And what I'm trying to do at the moment is actually make the video shorter. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit in an area, show you how I'm doing it or what I've done to get there, and then move on to the next one. You saw that I had this drawn in, so what I'm doing is just going around the outline of where the dark bits are behind the brake disc, and then coming in with the airbrush and filling out those with the airbrush, which kind of smooths it out a bit. What I'm going to do now is maybe just go through a little bit with you so you've an idea of how I'm actually doing this and how it gets to where it is. So I'm going to carry on with this brake caliper. Now, one thing I didn't mention is, I've said it to you before, I try and tidy up an area before I start putting the paint down. So we can see we've got the basic shape of the caliper there, but there's no actual detail in it. So the first thing I'm going to do is lighten up the lines that I've put in. If anyone can suggest a decent eraser that doesn't go shiny on the end when you're using it and then ends up just sliding over the paper. So I still want to see those because that's where the projector put the image, so I know that it's in the right place. And what I need to do now is just put that thing in a little bit better. What I'm going to do first, just thinking about it, so I'm going to use this stencil, and it's just going to give me this front fork roughly where I need it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if I get it straight, at least I know where I'm working to then. And then the one inside, slightly thinner. Okay, so that's just neaten that up ever so slightly, which is all I need. I'm not going to touch that leg. I'm just going to put in the dark bits on the brake caliper itself. So Okay, that's given me a little bit better of an idea. Of where it's going to go. So with that in place, I can now do the same thing and kind of lighten this up a bit. Then I can get the paintbrush. So I always do a little test, get rid of the excess. It's like really thin, major over reduced. So what I'm going to do now is just get into here and put in bits where the dark stuff is, so that kind of starts there. And then goes up to that first nook. I'll just stop talking while I'm concentrating. Okay, so that's the little bit of paintbrush, and what I can do now is get a little piece of paper again. I need to get the dark along that edge there, in between that and the caliper. So I'm just running the airbrush right along the edge of the paper. That kind of gives me that straight edge. Another thing I've found, I don't know if anybody else does this, but even with airbrush paint or the ink, if I put the paintbrush in and do a couple of lines, I can actually just follow that, and it's almost as if the paint is drawn to that particular line. Now I'm going to fill that in because that's dark. and all I'm going to do is paint on the stencil. And there we have the line. That's that bit done. I'm just going to darken up these bits. So that's the back wheel that we finished up the other day, and a piece of the engine casing inside the fairing there. And this is the bit that we've just done. I'm hoping now that because of the camera work, we can actually pick up on that, and you can see where we've got. So I'm going to carry on, I'm going to do a bit more, and then we'll get back to you in a little while. Thanks for watching. I'm Jack, this is Airbrush Ways. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll speak to you soon. Bye.